This is my mom, and she's gonna watch my practice value speech. Alright. Politics for me has always been really confusing. I've never really understood where I lie or how to find my place. But there is one value I do hold that involves politics, and it's that everyone should be able to think freely, think on their own, and express themselves and not have to listen to what other people say. I hope that this speech lets you guys in and lets you helps you to understand that people should be able to think for themselves. They shouldn't have to be influenced by other people. And I've seen political assimilation in many ways throughout my course through middle school, high school, and even now in college. I'm seeing it in debates and even in the regular state and U.S. governments. I see influences that shouldn't be there, that should be prevented, and I hope that today I can help you guys understand that. I brought up assimilation earlier, and in 8th grade and high school debates, I would see teachers assigning kids to various sides and forcing them to argue a certain way, and I feel that them doing that was very influential in how those people came out. Some of these people I knew very closely, and I talked to them on a daily basis, and you really see how much that impacted them and how much that influenced them. When the teacher told them, "You go argue on that side. You go argue on that side. You should argue for the Republicans. You should argue for the Democrats." And I always thought that was kind of wrong. I always felt that the kids should be able to decide based on the topic that we're discussing whether or not they wanted to argue right or left or stay neutral. I don't even see a neutral position anymore. When we debate, there's two sides and there's no spectrum. You either are for it or against it. And another example of this was in my archaeology class when we were discussing a native body that was found. The natives wanted it back, and as per the law, the scientists were required to give it up, but they didn't want to, so they sued, trying to get the body to perform tests. And my instructor split us up into two groups, scientists and natives, and we had to argue one of those sides, even though there was a spectrum to it and people felt differently about one thing to another. And so I always thought that assimilation and being forced into one side was very wrong, and that you should be able to choose what you think, choose what you argue for, and pick what you do. Another thing that we should all be doing is have reasonable understanding of others, and we should be able to hear them out, hear what they have to say. If we do that, then it prevents a lot of the arguments and things that we see on a daily basis in school and in government. Using basic communication skills that we're learning in this class really helps to pay attention, keep things calm, and to prevent it from escalating. It's always interesting to see people have a really nice conversation about something that's often controversial, because it doesn't happen all the time. Seeing people actually calmly discuss, like nowadays, gun control or immigration, seeing somebody calmly discuss that is always really nice. It kind of gives you a little bit of hope, because in our country right now, there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of violence, and it's really hard to focus in and get things done when people are calling you racist, calling you idiot, bigot, all these different words. So I hope I hope those two things can really help you understand that if we think freely and we let other people in a little bit, then we can really push to get things done. We can really push to make this world a better place. And so just appreciate other people, appreciate what they have to say. They're going to contribute to the topic. So, with that, I'd like to ask everybody here to get off their ass, encourage people to think open-mindedly, make this world a better place. Thank you.
Okay, I like the way that you made eye contact with me the whole time that you were speaking, and that you didn't read from your notes, but it seemed like you were really speaking from the heart about your topic, and you seem to know a lot about it and have had some personal experience with it, so therefore you could share from the heart, which was that really connected with me. So, good job.
Thank you.